What's happening, my Jack family? Coach Scott here, jacked40.com. Today's video is all about following a balanced diet and balanced meals to get shredded after 40. There's no need to stress over hitting an exact macro ratio. What matters most is hitting your caloric target for the day while getting in an adequate amount of each macronutrient, and following a balanced diet will allow you to do that. The best thing you can do is work with your own natural eating tendencies and consume the meals and foods that you enjoy each and every day, and then observe at the end of the day, where did your macronutrient ratio fall? And notice how it fluctuates from day to day, or do you stick within a specific range just naturally? For myself, I know my macro ratios vary from day to day, but at the end of the week, I have an average around 40% carbohydrates, 30% protein, 30% fat. Now that does vary from day to day. It really depends on, a lot of it depends on the dinner meal that I consume for the day. Some meals are gonna be higher in fat, so like when I have salmon, using some olive oil in certain meals, my fats may go from like my average of 30% maybe up to 40%. There may be some days where my proteins are closer to like 23%. My carbs may be as high as 55%. So it's gonna vary from day to day, but at the end of the week, you kind of spot those averages and you tend to have a natural tendency towards certain macronutrient ratios. And then at the end of the week, you can compare your average macronutrient ratio to the general guidelines, which is 1 gram of protein per pound body weight, and try to make sure that you're getting at least 20% of your diet from healthy fats. And then the rest of carbohydrates, I like you to keep it at least above 100 grams of carbohydrates for the day. A lot of people do much better with, again, looking around that 40% of your diet coming from carbohydrates. So if you're not far off from any of those numbers, basically you're following a balanced diet and you are good to go. And when your goal is to get shredded after 40, looking your best, feeling your best, and performing your best in the gym, I recommend you consume 90% of your diet from whole, natural, quality, nutrient-rich foods. The other 10% of the time you can enjoy your favorite treats, whether it's like myself who enjoys cheesecake, ice cream sandwiches, pizzas. I love all that good stuff. Miss Vicky's chips, some M&Ms. I do enjoy my treats, but I consume them about 10% of the time. I just find that the quality nutrient-rich foods just allow me to feel my best. It just function at my best each and every day, and those quality nutrient-rich foods ensure that I'm getting an adequate amount of micronutrients in my diet as well for optimal health and overall well-being. So now let's take a look at the balanced meals that make up my balanced diet for the day, for the week, and I start every day with a breakfast shake. 1 cup of homemade kefir, 1 cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk, a scoop of protein powder, an ounce load of spinach, and a banana. This hits my perfect macronutrient ratio: 40% carbs, 30% protein, 30% fat, and one of my favorite meals. For some people, shakes aren't satiating enough. I find this very satisfying for myself and really energizes me for the day. I like starting my day with it because I don't like anything too heavy in the morning. If you prefer a bigger breakfast, you could have your typical breakfast and then have this shake around your workout. Maybe make for a great post-workout shake. Another meal I consume every day is eggs, oats with berries, and some veggies. And this is, again, pretty well-balanced meal, a little bit heavier on the carbohydrates. Again, the veggies are gonna make up a fair amount of the carbohydrates here. And those are, some people don't count veggies in their meal plan. I add them up in my caloric targets for the day. I don't consider veggies a free food, but I definitely recommend that you consume veggies with just about every single meal that you eat for the day. Just great for us men over 40 and our hormone health. Another meal I have just about every day is Greek yogurt with berries and some natural almond butter, along with a red pepper on the side. This, again, is a little bit higher in carbohydrates, but the carbs are from fruit and veggies. Again, great for our micronutrients, and the natural almond butter is going to make the fat percentage of this meal a little bit higher. But again, almonds are fantastic for us men over 40 and our hormone health. A meal that I may have once a week or once every other week is stuffed peppers. I absolutely love the flavor from these meals. You can make it in a variety of different ways. You can have different meats in there. It tastes completely different. Sometimes you use a combination of meats in there, like a ground pork, a ground turkey in there. Really going to add some different flavors along with the rice. You got your veggies from the pepper itself. You got some diced tomatoes in there, the healthy carbohydrates from the rice. It's just, again, a very well-balanced meal. You're getting a bit of dairy and protein from some cheese on top if you want to sprinkle it on there. Just tasty. It's a nice little option. Takes a little bit extra time to prepare, so it's usually something that I'll have on the weekends. The meal I look forward to the most each and every week is salmon. I have it twice a week, every week, and I'll either have it with veggies and sweet potatoes, or veggies and yellow potatoes, or sometimes veggies and rice. It's just absolutely freaking delicious. And salmon, another great food for us men over 40 and our hormone health. Once a week I'll have a tuna steak, and I usually have it with veggies and rice. I really like having it with asparagus most of the time. So what I'll do is take the tuna steak and just put some seasonings on each side, put a little bit of olive oil in a frying pan, and just sear it on each side for about 1.5 minutes so it's still nice and juicy and raw in the middle. It just flakes apart. I love the flavor. I've actually been using fennel seeds as part of the seasoning on top, and I really find the flavor that it brings out with that. So one of my favorite dishes that I look forward to each and every week. And of course I'm gonna have chicken a couple times a week as well. Oftentimes I will dice up the chicken breast in little cubes and fry it up in some fajita seasoning. I'll have that with some rice and some sliced up peppers and onions. Sometimes instead of the rice I'll have sweet potatoes. And other times when I'm making chicken, I love on the smoker making a prosciutto wrapped or prosciutto stuffed chicken. So a little bit of spicy mustard in there, tomato, some basil, and a little slice of prosciutto inside of the chicken breast. And again, I'll probably have that with some sort of potato and a veggie. So you're seeing a trend of a balance between a lean protein, a starchy carbohydrate such as rice or potatoes, and veggies at every dinner meal. Twice a month, I love to make pulled pork on the smoker. Sometimes I'll have it with veggies and a potato. Other times I'll indulge and have a pulled pork grilled cheese sandwich, which is absolutely freaking mouth-watering, and I'll have a little side of salad there. Again, hitting your caloric target for the day is what is most important. And once a month, I enjoy a juicy steak with veggies and a potato. Of course, there's other meals that I consume throughout the month, but these are my go-to staple meals that I have most of the time, and it should give you a good idea of what my balanced meals look like. And really, once again, I really want to emphasize the point that it's the caloric target that I aim for the most. I do not obsess over my macronutrient ratios. I do not obsess over hitting certain macronutrient, like grams of carbs or grams of proteins, grams of fat. I just I eat what I enjoy, make sure I hit my caloric target, and just keep an eye, observe where my macronutrient ratios fall. And it's really important to kind of see if you have an off day, if you have days where you are consuming more carbohydrates than normal. Pay attention to how you're feeling at the end of the day. Maybe your fats are a little bit higher and you notice, man, I feel better. I feel more satiated. I have more energy for some reason. I don't feel as full and bloated when I'm consuming more fats in my diet. This is the main thing it's really beneficial to just consuming foods, working with your own natural and eating tendencies and observing how your body responds to these foods. Like, so the more consistent you are, you can kind of make notes of how your body responds to certain macronutrient ratios and other. And then maybe time to gravitate, make some subtle adjustments to your diet, like build upon those natural eating tendencies to allow you to feel even better than you feel right now, perform even better than you're performing right now. So making observations and then making adjustments based on those observations. But it usually doesn't have to be some drastic change. It's just observations that, hey, I tend to feel a little bit better and perform a little bit better when my carbs are up or when my protein's up. But the key is to always make sure that you're getting an adequate amount of each macronutrient. So if you do decide that you feel better, perform better when your protein is a bit higher, make sure that you're not making big sacrifices when it comes to your carbs or your fats. So still make sure that you're getting an adequate amount of each of those macronutrients. And now I'd like to hear from you down in the comment section below. What are some of your favorite balanced meals that you consume each and every week? Are there some meals that you consume each and every day that are balanced as well? Drop a comment down below. Share your experiences with me. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who'd benefit from watching today's video, do me a favor and share it with them. Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Jacked After 40. Have yourself an amazing day. I'll catch you in the next video.